Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Sunday, the 9th of February 2025, and I hope you are enjoying your weekend. I'm going to be playing the New York Times hard level Sudoku puzzle in a moment. I was thinking whether or not it was inevitable that America would end up in this situation. If you look at the history of the US, of course, beginning with, I'm talking about the colonized West. I'm not talking about Native Americans, of course. I'm talking about the more modern form of America invaded by white people. The history is very much of kind of gullibility, you know. Of course, there were the Puritans running away from England. That's one of the forebears. But there seems to be this incredible gullibility. I think partly it stems from their religion, their belief in religion. I think this is always a sign of to me it's always a sign of gullibility, a sign of desperation that people need to turn to a religion of some kind to, bolster their confidence, their ideas, or whatever. So there's that in the background somewhere. And America has had its fair share of con men that take advantage of this. I mean, there's the gullibility aspect, but of course there's the people who can take advantage, can see that and take advantage of this. And that's what they have done since the beginning of the US, really. Snake oil salespeople in particular, snake oil salesmen, I should say, mostly salesmen. I think there may have been one or two women, but mostly snake oil salesmen who went around the country selling their quack cures that would have all kinds of ingredients in, and very often did not contain actual snake oil. Everything but some ingredients that may make your skin tingle or something like that, so you feel like it's doing some good even though it's having no actual medicinal effect. But of course, then they peppered their one of the most famous, as an aside, one of the most famous was a person named Clark Stanley. I'm very bad at remembering names usually, but I remember this name, Clark Stanley, because it's the reversal of Stanley Clark, who is a jazz bassist, a very famous jazz bassist, who played with George Duke and various other, just about everybody actually, I should say. So anyway, he was one of the first people prosecuted, I think, and found that his medicines actually contained no snake oil, even though that's what they were sold as. Whether or not snake oil itself actually had any medicinal values is debatable, but some people thought that it might have, but that's not really the thing. But people realized that they would do anything. So there were people in the audience who would fake people getting better, and of course people got better because that's what happens. You have a disease, you have an illness, you actually just get better by yourself. But if you happen to be taking a medicine at that time, of course the placebo effect takes effect, and you are convinced that is what cured you, and so that you then go on to spread the message, spread the word of mouth. And it's this gullibility. I have no idea if America is more susceptible to this than other countries, of course, but it just seems to be in their history. There are a lot of gullible people, and there are a lot of people willing to take advantage of that gullibility and see how they could take advantage of foolish people who just want to believe things. It has a kind of, in a way, there's the thing that I do like about America is that it has quite a positive effect. That people, they had this point about like the American dream, which is stupid really, but I mean it's just the idea of it, that people can do things in you have a positive self-belief system, which I think is quite good. I don't like a negative self-belief system, but a healthy dose of skepticism is very important. And I think that's what's kind of so my question at the beginning was is it really inevitable that America ended up here? They have the ultimate snake oil salesman, and that's Donald Trump. And the people who have understood the gullibility of Americans and taken advantage of the fact that they are willing to believe in any old nonsense. And now they're taking the snake oil, right? It's making them itch. It's doing something. They're, they're cutting back on funding here and there. They're installing racist ideas, and it makes those people feel good. those racists, gullible racists. It makes them feel good. And, so they think that the snake oil is working. Later on, of course, if actually people were sick and took the snake oil and they didn't recover, they just died, if it was something serious and they didn't see an actual doctor, although, of course, medicine wasn't as advanced. If they didn't actually see a doctor, they just died. And that is probably what's going to happen to America. I'm afraid the country is just likely to lose its status eventually and wither. Dear. Shall we get on with the game of Sudoku then? This is today's New York Times hard level Sudoku puzzle. What do we have on offer? We have 5s blocking across here, up here and down there, so that's one way to begin. And we've got 5s blocking across here and up here, so there's a way to continue. Where to? Maybe we'll have a look and see if we spot anything like this. Because I have spotted some things, but not enough. Oh, there we are. One down here. Didn't quite look down in the bottom right. Luckily for me, I have now looked in the bottom right. So immediately then we see 2 and 3 blocking across here. That's going to put 2 and 3 into those squares. Shall we check back here? Yes, because I can see 4 blocking here, and there's a 4 without even working out what goes here. Obviously that's 2 and 3. So the missing numbers here then are not 2 or 3. They are 1 and 6. We've got the 1 blocking here, so there is the 1 and there is the 6. Now this was 2 and 3, so let's work out what goes here. 4, 8, 9. We've got 8 and 9 up there. We don't have any sign of 4 on the horizon. So we'll just leave that, come back to it at a more convenient time, I guess. Oh, no, wait a minute. I should look across here, shouldn't I? I said 4, 8 and 9 there, so we are looking for... Oh, yeah, look, 1 blocking both of those squares there, so there's a 1. And this was 4, 8 and 9, so we'll be left over here with... 6 and 7, I think, in those squares. 6 and 7. Any help on 6 or 7? Probably not. And then up here we don't have 6 or 7, so we must have 3, 4 and 9, I think. And over here we have 2, 7 and 8. None of which I can get just yet, I guess. Where do we go now? I'm not sure. Ah, there's the pair. 1 and 6 blocking up here, or 1 and 6 blocking up here. So we found a pair of 1 and 6 in those squares. Now then, the 5 blocking up here and across there means that that's going to be a 5. And then 5 across this way, and up here we'll place a 5 into the first square. 5 down here, down there, across here, across there. And we don't need any more 5s, thank you very much. Now what was I saying? I said that this was 1 and 6, right? So what are we left with now? These squares contain 2, 3 and 8. So 8 blocking here and 8 blocking there, so that's going to be an 8. And we'll be left with 2 and 3 in these squares. So that we've got 2 blocking there, so that means 2s have to be in those squares there. Is that going to do anything? No, we've got 2s there. No, that doesn't help. 2s are there. No, I don't think that gives me much. Hang on just a cotton picking moment. We've got 1, 2, 3 and 6 missing there. Is that right? 1, 2, 3 and 6 missing there. Now 2 and 3 block this square, so that's got to be a 1, 6. That's got to be a 1, 6 because I said 1, 6 in those squares there. So then this is going to be 2 and 3 across here, right? So that's 2 and 3. Now what? So 1 blocking up here, 1 blocking up here. That's got to be a 1. Then that can't be 1. That's got to be a 1. That's got to be the 6. And that's got to be the 6 up there. 6 across here, across there, and 6 up there means that's a 6. This was 2 and 3, so this is going to be 4 and 7. So 4 blocking across there. There's our 4, there's our 7. 2 and 3 block this square here. And we've got 2 and 3 across here. 2, 3, and the other number is 9. So that's going to be a 9 because it can't be 2 or 3. Okay. And then 2, 3 in those squares there. 2, 3 up there. One blocking up here, or 1 blocking up here. There's a digit 1, and that's the final digit 1. Okay, we've made some progress. I'm not exactly sure where we are now, so I think I'll click on the digits and see if I spot anything new. Obviously we have a lot of 2s and 3s already, but I won't bother to pencil them in yet. So we have 2, 3 in those squares. This is 2, 3 at the end here, right? And this was 2, 3 up there. So this is a pair of 2 and 3. So we can look down here and say not 2 or 3, thank you very much. So that will leave us with 7, 8, 9, I think, and 7s must be down here, and the 8s and the 9s I have no idea. So that wasn't useful, but never mind. We did try, can't say we didn't try. We're a bit emptier down the bottom here, aren't we? So we've got a pair of 6 and 7 here. I already knew that, didn't I? 7, so 7s are in those squares down there. What else is missing from this column? 4, 7, and something. 4, 7, and... Why can't I find the last number? 4, 7, and 8. Ah, okay. So 7 is one of our missing numbers. In fact, it has to go in one of these squares. So this square can't be 7, it can't be 8. So that puts 7 and 8 into those squares down there and gives me a 4 here. So this is 7 and 8. Does it help with anything else? Well, only a little bit. We've got 4 blocking down here. So now we know that 4s are in these squares, which means that 4s have to be in those squares there. We also have 4s there. So we have discovered a little bit of pattern on 4s, but not much else, I think. Ah, no. Okay, so we've got 7s in one of these 2 squares for this column, and we've got 7s here and here, so 7s are in those 2 squares. That means that we can only look for 7s in this row here, and guess what? We've got an intersecting 7 from up on high, so now we know 7 is there. 7 up, 7 down. That's not an advertisement for any kind of drink. And the missing digits down here now are going to be 8 and something. 8 and 2, I think. 2 and 8. We've got 8 blocking down here now, so 8 goes there, and then this is going to be the 2 for that row. 2 blocking up here, there's 2, this will be 3. 3 blocking across here, there is a 3. I think we're left with 2, 7 in those squares, right? Right, back down here then, just 1 digit missing. That is... no, I can't. That's not right, that's not right. Taking me a long time to find these missing numbers. Is it a 9? It is. Alright, where should I be looking now? I wonder if I should look down here. I'll come back to this 2, 3. I said this was a pair of 2 and 3 before. I don't know if anything's changed since that time. Probably not. Maybe. Okay, so we definitely don't need 2 or 3, so we need 7, 8, 9. Anything changed? We've got 9 blocking that square now. 7s are there. No, the 8s still don't know. hang on a minute, 8's useful. We've got 8's like this, like this, like this. So in this row, in fact, we know that 8 is in that square. And so 8 up, 8 down, and 8 across means that's an 8. And if this was 2 and 3, it means that down here we're still looking for 7 and 9. And guess what? We've got 9 blocking across there. So there's our 9, there's our 7. This may be an awkward way to solve this puzzle, but I don't know. But I'm getting there, right? That's all that matters. 1 and 5 are completed digits. Let's click on the other numbers, see if we can spot anything else that will give us the game for sure. Oh, the 7 blocking across here. Now I had 7 and 8 down there, didn't I? 7 there. Wasn't it 8? Yes, it was. 8's across there, 8 blocking down there. There's our 8. The last number to get here is 2. 2 blocking across there. There is our 2 now. And 3 blocking across there. There's our 3. This will be a 4. Solid progress now, I think. All I've got to do is finish it. Let's see, what do we need? We need 2's. Can we get the 2's? We've got 2 blocking up here. That puts 2 in that square there. I'm going to finish this block with a 3. And then I'm going to come back to the 2. Because 2 blocks down here and 2 across there gives me 2 in that square. And then how about this 3? 3 blocking down here and 3 across there means that's a 3. And 3 blocking down here means that's a 3. And 3 blocking this square, so in this row, that's the last digit 3. And over here we still need a 9. And 9 blocks down here and across here. So the game is really over now, I think. I don't think there's anything left to give us any problems at this stage. 4 across here, 4 down there, there's 4. Last number to get in this row, 6. Last number to get in this block or this row is 2. 2 obscures everything from becoming a 2 up there, that's a 2. And the last number here is 7. 7 going down here and puts that as a 7. Missing square here, missing digit here I should say, not missing square. Square is still there, the number is not. This is going to be, I don't know, 9. And this is going to be 4. And that is going to be it. So thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel if you would. Thank you very much. See you around. Take care. Bye-bye.